Today's plan is to hike to the top of one of these mountains, but if you know anything about us, you should know that typically when we have plans, things never go quite according to plan. Not sure how long the hike is, not sure of the elevation gain, but we have 2 protein bars, lots of layers, and we're ready to hike.
Here's our trusty map. Best thing is this hike is like 2-minute walk from our Airbnb. We're here and we're going here. We're here and we're going here.
This video is sponsored by Untitled Coffee. Whether you're gonna climb a mountain, like we're gonna try, or you woke up this morning inspired to plan your very own bucket list experience, Untitled Coffee is the perfect fuel for all of your adventures. Grab a bag or 2 today at untitled.coffee.com. Now, let's climb. There's a moment in every hike when you're not too far into it yet. It's not too late to change your mind. Now is that moment. There is home, brownies, warm coffee, heaters, a fireplace, and relaxation. And here's the other one.
We gotta earn all that.
Okay, that moment in time has passed, and we're going for it.
Now we're in the mountains of South Germany in the town of
Garmisch-Partenkirchen.
Hillary just loves saying that. If you've been following along, you know that I have deemed Garmisch the happiest place on earth. I believe there are over 200 kilometers of hiking trails. There's Germany's highest mountain just right in front of us. There are ski slopes everywhere. It was the home of the Winter Olympics, I believe in 1934. Also, fun fact, it's hard to breathe in Garmisch. I don't know if we're not even in elevation. I think I'm just out of shape now. We're just trying to get to the top of this mountain that from our place we can see, from our Airbnb we can see that about half the trees going up are green, and then towards the top they're all snow covered. So here's to hoping we can make it. Also, how you like the gloves?
Well,
I felt better before.
your face doesn't look so good. I see. It's kind of purple.
Yeah, I feel kind of purple.
I think the hardest part about this hike so far isn't really the elevation, although that is getting to us. What are we at, elevation-wise?
Not even like a mile.
But it's really reading the signs. We don't know. I don't know. Falling rocks? We think we saw a sign that Greg said is like, this area is not supervised.
Caution, rim. Commit to your own danger.
Oh, but we do have Google Translate downloaded. So what did that sign say?
Proceed with extreme caution. If you die, it's not their fault.
Okay. But that seems fun. After all that, here's Greg's deepest advice I got out of him. If you hear something falling, jump behind a tree. We've come to our first fallen object, and he has left me in the dust. I just shedded a layer. I just shed a layer. But now there's a few snow flurries. We can see more snow like kind of on the ground. It snowed really hard this morning. But honestly, I'm just a little hot. I have so many layers on. This is not the first, but the second time we've left the house to head on our adventure hike because we decided we needed more layers. If you saw us sledding, you know that we almost froze to death, both of us. So we've since been to the mountain warehouse where we bought several more layers. And I'm pretty sure we're wearing every layer we own now. And Greg, with his long gazelle legs, is leaving me with short tree stumps back here, really struggling. This Girl Scout might be lost. She might be lost.
Oh, we missed our turn by a lot.
By kind of a lot. Crap. So it looks like the trail goes this way, but it doesn't seem so traily. So I don't really know what to do. Usually I'm the one that's good at directions, and I always tease Greg for not being a Girl Scout, but my Girl Scout spidey senses are not feeling strong right now. Come on. Here's Greg's latest advice. Let's just go and see, and if it ever gets to a point where coming down seems like it might be dangerous, well, we'll turn around then.
Keep on going. I mean,
so that's where we're at.
now that we're on the right trail, we are going up at a pretty steep angle, pretty steep pace. This is great training for not one, not two, but 3 different adventures on our bucket list. 4 for Hillary. Hillary wants to do a trail race. We want to hike the Liechtenstein Trail. We want to do the Appalachian Trail. And not we want to, we're going to do the Liechtenstein Trail. Hillary is going to run a trail race. We're going to hike the Appalachian Trail, and also we're going to hike the Pacific Coast Trail. So this little measly couple kilometer hike is nothing compared to those adventures.
The sky is getting closer, but the summit
It's getting further.
is getting further. And I'm no accountant, nor am I a mathematician. Wait. But those 2 things don't really add up. We just call it quits. Summit. That's what I just told Greg off camera. You could easily fall off this thing. And he said, yeah, let's don't talk about it. Because, I mean, the edge is quite close. Good thing I got skinny feet. Sorry about you.
What about me?
Oh, God, that makes me want to vomit.
I love hiking, mountaineering, climbing. Like actually climbing mountains is something I have zero interest in. I've done it one time. It was absolutely terrifying. I was pretty scarred afterwards, just in terms of, I don't know, like my brain just seriously felt pretty messed up from that. I don't like exposure at all, like the side here. I don't like that at all. We're turning around. Looking up, it's like my legs don't want to work. I feel like a wimp for turning around, but also I feel like there's sometimes when you just got to know your limits, know the gear you have, know the experience you have or don't have, and turn around. That's the bad news. The good news is that we hiked to a place with an amazing view, and then we turned around and went home and made it home safely and ate brownies. I'm about to lose my brownies. I am by no means like very macho, I don't think. But I will say I don't feel like I feel scared or nervous a lot. But when I do, I try and listen to that. God, I want to puke when I look that way.
I'm scared.
Is your hand okay?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, this is not. If this is like the Liechtenstein Trail, the Appalachian Trail, or trail races, I'm out. All is not good.
Mountaineering, off the list.
Oh gosh.
Babe, what are you doing?
I almost fell.
Mount Everest, Kilimanjaro, K2. They were never on the list, to be clear.
Mark them off.
Mark them off.
We're starting the adventure down, and going up, I knew that it felt very, very steep, but I think because you're looking up, like you never really realize how perched on the side you really are. But now going down, my heart is racing. I feel nauseous. And I'm trying to think about steady feet, light as a feather, take your time, because this is really high. This brings whole new meaning to tree hugger.
I squatted down and just walked under it, really squatted, like in a duck squat. I would try not to hold on very much.
Why?
I don't know. It looks like that tree could go at any moment. We made it back down the sketchy part.
Whew. We're mountaineers.
We made it back. Now that we're home and I'm looking back up at the mountain we just tried to hike, I'm realizing even more so just how much we really screwed up that hike. Right around this ridge is where I almost puked. As you can see, that is a long ways from there. We didn't even make it to the snowy trees. We were nowhere close at all. Now that I'm looking back at the mountain, what an idiotic thing to try. Why would we look at that from here and think that we could make it to the top of that? It looks freezing up there. It looks frozen. Freezing and frozen.
Yes.
Much deserved brownies.
These aren't just any brownies. These are bucket list brownies.
Bucket list brownies. We'll send you the recipe or a picture of the box we used. I think it's safe to say Europe has changed us. The amount of chocolate we consume now is...
It's a whole new level. You're right. We're forever changed.
I feel like we're trying to double... Switzerland's national average is going to double after our time there and here in Germany. Also, I'm not even a huge milk fan. I'm having at least several glasses of milk a day. Europe has definitely changed us.
Cheers to all of you taking any step, big or small, towards pursuing just one thing on your bucket list, and you never know, you may end up almost climbing a mountain in Germany one day.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
Oh, man.
That's good.
It's not Swiss, but it's close enough.
Woo! Oh, that's good.
That's good.
Before we get into today's hike, you guys should know something, and that is I am a completely different person in winter clothes. Normally, I'm quite petite. I would like to think of myself as graceful, dainty, and very womanly. But you see, what happens when I put on all these layers is I sort of turn into like this buff, macho dude who just kind of waddles down the street. Let me show you what I mean. I feel like I can't, my arm muscles are just so big I can't keep my hands down. It's like I just go to the gym too much.